Kencom bus station, where we expect a news briefing by the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Housing and Urban Development on the coronavirus. The briefing will be done at the Kencom bus station. But meanwhile, fumigation is happening at the Kencom bus station. Several buses are being fumigated. The reason as to why the fumigation is ongoing, what you're seeing on your screen right now, we do not know the reason as to why, but Mark Namaswa, our reporter on the ground, is following up on this story now, joining us via way of phone as we give you those live pictures that you're seeing. Mark Namaswa, good morning. So why are the buses being fumigated, and how many buses are being fumigated as we speak?
We have not been given the exact number of buses that will be fumigated, but looking at the onset of this exercise, looks like they will do it wholesale, and all the buses across all the terminals in Nairobi will be subjected to this exercise. You can already see that they have started doing it with buses that are empty and moving on to others. So it's an exercise that looks like one that will be done wholesale on all buses, but this happens to be the very first one that this exercise is being piloted in Nairobi. So this is the Kencom bus terminal, and vehicles here go to different locations such as Kawangware, Ngong Road, Prestige, Impala, Posta, and all other sections of the city. So what is happening right now is that apart from fumigating the buses themselves, we are moving on towards making it a habit of sanitizing the hands of all commuters that are boarding the buses. So it seems that it is a full-blown exercise that will not only entail sanitization of hands of commuters, but also move on towards fumigating the buses themselves. Now, looking at the way our transport system has been for a long time, is that people or commuters have always complained concerning the hygienic standards of buses. You get into a bus, you realize that it hasn't been washed, you realize that some windows do not move at all, and that makes it a very good breeding ground in case there are germs. So this looks like a good move if we make it a habit to ensure that all our buses are properly sanitized, fumigated, and then we also move towards the element of ensuring that each and every passenger that boards the buses has his or her hands sanitized. So this looks like one large-scale move towards combating the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic across the world that has wreaked havoc even in established healthcare systems across the world. So this is a third world country trying to put in measures and taking lessons from other nations that have already taken a big beating from the coronavirus pandemic, such as China and Italy. So this is one of the moves that Kenya hopes it has picked enough lessons from Italy and doesn't want to learn from experience, but wants to plug the gaps before things go out of hand. Back to you.
So, Mark Namaswa, is it just buses in Kencom that are being fumigated, or they'll cross over to, the railways bus station and also, the next bus station that's adjacent to Kencom? That's Ambassador.
I believe that right now, just before we are addressed by the PS for transport, looks like this is the pilot stage that this exercise will be carried on, but I believe this will move on to other stages. As we were coming towards this location, we spotted teams of health officials or teams of people with fumigators moving across the city, fumigating public spaces. So this is just a pilot phase starting from the central business district, but we'll have to move across to other bus terminals. And I believe if we are able to glean further information from the press briefing that we'll have with Professor Paul Maringa, PS for Transport, then this will be moved to other bus terminals across the city.
All right, Mark Namaswa, so let's talk about the safety of Kenyans who are using the public service vehicles. What sort of chemicals are they using when it comes to fumigation? Because, Kenyans are worried.
Currently, I have not been able to deduce what type of chemical is being used, but I believe it is something that can be well tolerated by numbers of people because a lot of us have issues. For instance, ordinary perfume can get one in trouble if you have allergies. So I believe this is something that is mild enough to be tolerated by a majority of people, but potent enough to effectively eradicate viruses across surfaces. Now, if we discuss about public transport, it is a big issue. Look at you using a helmet for the border helmet. A lot of people have complained of many helmets. They are not really sure of the safety or the hygienic standards of helmets. And buses are also none the better. So these are some of the things that we will be asking about concerning the safety of the chemicals that are being deployed here. And we will for sure ask those questions when the PS speaks to us.
All right, and just looking from what I'm seeing on the screen, the public service vehicle operators have decided to take the fight against coronavirus very seriously. Fumigating the buses being done by the government. Public service vehicle operators giving, passengers hand sanitizer before they board the buses. My name is Brenda Zedaradudo. I bring KTN News Center to an end, but